How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Kind of going through my PlayStation 3 collection, pulling out some highlights from some games, and when I go out game hunting or ordering online, some more expensive, some games that are not expensive, but if you're out game hunting and stuff like that, make sure you be prepared to pay for these games or try to make deals with them. Try to learn to barter with people. Learn to buy games at Goodwill for trade and stuff like that to go out and trade. In my area, I clear out pretty much everybody. Anybody who watches my channel that has a store knows I clear them out of the PS3 games I don't have. And if you're one of them, comment down below on my video. But I'm going to show you some highlights. A lot of these things I probably got online and made deals with people online, but a few of these games are expensive. So if you're out in the wild, keep an eye out for these games. It's getting harder and harder to find PS3 games for me. If you're just starting out, you're lucky. You can just go out and buy the cheap ones and stuff like that. But games, I'm going to show you some highlights. Just these are kind of like the more harder games to find. There's a couple of them not that expensive, but a few of them, yeah, you're going to pay out your butt. I mean, pay out your butt. I didn't pull out all my super rare games. I just pulled one. If you looked in the thumbnail, if you looked at it carefully, we're going to show that one first. And I made a deal online with somebody, and I got a pretty good deal for this game. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I didn't pay the full retail price on this game. And that's Blaze Blue Central Fiction. Now, if you're out in the wild and you see this game like at a Goodwill or a Mel Trotters or some kind of place that's got a discount, and you see a price tag of like $10 for this game, grab it, because this game right here, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, goes for around $200. So just keep an eye out for this game. Central Fiction, just randomly go into GameStops like early in the morning when they first open up, that it's got those game stores, and talk to them and see if you can find the game. If they charge you $60 for this game, because GameStop is pretty reasonable on their pricing. So you might pay $60 through GameStop. I don't know. I didn't look it up. Maybe they'll never have it. But if you run into this game and it's going for a cheaper price, go grab it. Don't hesitate to go grab it. That's just one game right there to keep an eye out for. The next 4 games are some that you can just look around at Facebook, look around that Mel Trotters and Goodwills and stuff. Just go around, look around. You can even go online. I got most of these pretty much all online, but these are the Armored Core games. Now, if you see Armored Core games for cheap, grab them. I can't tell you which one's the most expensive one. They're all going to be $20 and above, so I'm going to be more expensive. I mean, really expensive. But we got Armored Core 5. I don't know. I'm not sure this is all my Armored Core games, but they're all just up in the shelf there. I just pulled out a stack. But Armored Core 5, just look for Armored Core for PS3 if you're collecting for PS3. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm going for the complete North American physical PlayStation 3 collection. I'm about 30-something games away of completing it, so I'm getting there. But we got Armored Core The Answer. Yeah, these are all complete. But we got Armored Core Verdict Day. This has got the online manual for it. We've got Armored Core 4. So I'll be prepared if you're going to be collecting, especially if you're going through, like, starting with A's, Armored Core games, through your I can't say words right now, but just look around and do your research on them. Even go on eBay, go on Macari, go on all these whatnots and stuff like that. Try to find a good deal that you can get for a cheap price if you're going to go online. And if you got trade bait, try to figure out what your trades are going to be worth if you're going to trade games, and if you find them at a game store. Because sometimes the game stores will carry one or two Armored Core games. Just keep that in mind. So this one, I expect the price to go down eventually, but it jumped up because of the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I would have pulled out the Deadpool game, but nah, I just pulled out this one. X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition. I actually got this for a pretty good deal while the movie was out. So I made out like a bandit on it. This game's probably going well over $100, and I think I paid like $50, $60 for this game. It's a nice clean copy, but I did my research on it. Checked it out. I didn't worry about trying to find it out in a while because it's going to be gone just like that. Because I go all over the place, so I had to get this online. I found this one at one of my local game stores in Grand Rapids. I think it was Vidius is where I got this one, and I paid up a little bit for this one, but he's one of my buddies and all that, so I don't mind paying a little bit extra, to help support his stores. But it's Dengue Bunko Fighting Climax, so keep an eye out for these unique games like this that you wouldn't think. And if you ain't got a list, 3 different lists to go off from and check out and stuff like that, you ain't gonna know what this game is. You're gonna look at this as like, is this an import? But no, you gotta make sure you look at it. It's American because it's got that Japanese writing on it. You're gonna think, oh man, this is, if you don't know what to look for, yeah. So if you're doing North American collection, you're gonna see the ESRB type thing right there, and then it's US. But keep an eye out for games like this. I managed to get this one pretty cheap, and what's funny, a couple of weeks ago or last week, or I can't remember when it was, I found this game again. It was like $20 or $30 more what I paid for this one. I can't remember what I paid for this, but I did my little count there a couple of weeks ago. But Magus, I platinum this game. I got the digital version of it, so I bought the physical. It took me a while to find this game too, just to find a good price on it because this game was not cheap. But yeah, it's another game. If you see it out in the wild, try to get it cheap. Try to talk them down. GameStop don't really talk them down. But if you got that $5 a month, if you got a couple of crappy games to trade in, like just Wii games or something like that, to bring the price down, and something like this, go grab it. It's for your collection. Granted, it's a crappy game, but it's playable. I believe I platinum this game, so it's playable. Just keep that in mind. I mean, if you want to try it out, yeah. But if you're going for that complete collection, you need that. This game was a thorn in my side. Every time I find it at the store, it looked like crap, or don't have a manual for it. The disc looks scratched up. I finally found a clean copy of it, and I got a good deal. I talked to the guy on eBay about this one, but if you see this one out in the wild, you wouldn't think this game would be that expensive, but it's kind of up there. And that's Family Guy Back to the Multiverse. This is one of my recent games that I got, and holy cow, I don't remember if I got this online or one of the conventions. I know that convention I went to a couple weeks ago, I bought a bunch of games. But one that to keep an eye out for, Family Guy, if you're out collecting, just know that some of these kids' games like this one are kind of pricey. So if you're doing it to look for a good game to play, I guess it's not too bad. I haven't played it yet, but definitely going to check it out. It's in the same realm with like the Simpsons game, and you got the Family Guy, Back to things like that. But keep an eye out for games like this one, Goodwills and stuff like that. Sometimes if you get a disc cheap enough, you can find a disc only for like about a couple of dollars somewhere. Then you try to find the case and stuff like that online or something like that. If you're not worried about being picky about collecting like I am, get yourself a nice printer and print up the case for it. You can just do that too. Okay, I'm not showing both of these games. I'm just showing this one because every time I found this one, it's been a dumpster fire of a game. It looked like crap, and that's The Godfather, the Don's edition. Now, this one I got at the convention, I believe, and I made out like a bandit on this one. I have to look through my videos of where I get at conventions and stuff like that, but I know usually when I'm dealing with games, I don't pay full retail. I always try to negotiate deals and stuff like that, but This is another one. It's a more pricier version of the two games. The Godfather 2 is not that expensive a game on PS3, but this one is out there. Game out there in Lansing. I almost bought his, but I actually got this one for about a few dollars cheaper than what my buddy was selling it for, and his was not that great of shape. But I buy games from him all the time, so. But I wanted something that looked good. If I'm gonna be paying prices on games, I know more expensive prices. But one game to keep an eye out. These two games, I managed to get these for reasonable price online, and doing my research and stuff like that, throwing out offers, and I managed to get these two pretty good too. And that Saw and Saw 2. Here's a Saw game right here. Yeah, so probably a good idea if you want to ever check out games that I pick up. I always do that PlayStation 3 list. If you're out in the wild, just kind of play a couple of videos and look for games that I'm showing, and try to look around and stuff like that. Try to find them. But there's Saw, and here's Saw 2: Flesh and Blood. I've seen these games out in the wild, and same thing. Look like a dumpster fire. Look like someone didn't take care of the games. Looks like someone ran over it with a car and threw it out in the ocean or something like that, and brought it back out and, hey, I'm gonna trade this in. So yeah. But if you do find the wild, look at the condition of it. Make sure it looks good. Check out the price. Look for eBay sold listings and stuff like that, and look for an average. You can do that too, but learn to negotiate, and you might find some gems. A lot of my stuff is on eBay, so I do my negotiations on eBay, but I got a good following on eBay. I'm 100%. I sold and buy, so people trust me. The last game I'm going to show is not a very expensive game, but if you see this out in the wild, grab it, but don't pay more than what the game is worth. I'm going to say the game is probably average $20 on this game right here. You wouldn't think that if you go online, but this is not the best condition in the world of the game, but it's still complete. But it's the Cursed Crusade. I didn't pay very much for this game, but pretty cool. But it was a thorn in my butt. I'm trying to find a copy of it that I was satisfied with and stuff like that. But pretty cool. But yeah, just a good random talk about PlayStation 3 games. If you're going to go out looking for them, some harder to find games, more expensive games, yeah, cheap games, it can be harder to find. Just keep that in mind when you're out collecting games. PS3, even with Xbox 360, always do your research on stuff like that, and you'll find some deals and stuff like that. But just make sure you find stuff to trade for. Look for those cheap games that you know that are worth money. $1 game that you're not interested in, it's worth like $10 or $15. Good example. I went to the sale last year. I got a bunch of pretty cool Wii U games for $1 a piece, and they were worth more than worth more than $1 Zelda games and stuff like that. If I wanted to take those in and trade them in on a game I want, I could do that. But hey, enough rambling. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Comment down below. When you're collecting PS3 games, do you do your research? Do you look around all those Goodwills? Let me know in the comments below. And are you an active collector? You can let me know. You can always watch my PlayStation 3 videos. I always got that playlist right there. You can just binge watch while you're sleeping. It's just going to be right there. It helps my channel out too when people watch videos. But other than that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I got to get ready for work for tonight. Pops is making food. I'm hungry. Yummy, 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 yummy. I got more PS3 games coming tomorrow, and I can't wait to get them. Oh, before I go, my buddy has got a YouTube channel from Dapster's Gentleman. We might talk about this someday. I'm hoping he watches my video and sees this. He can comment down below. But yeah. All right. I'll check y'all in the next video. Bye. See ya. Fun times indeed.